So the solo Joker film is happening, and it's well underway into production. The film remains in much secret with little known about what the film is about or where it sits within the DCEU. A lot of leaked footage has been released recently showing Joaquin Phoenix as the Clown Prince. The film looks dark and gritty and will probably play off as a gangster film instead of a comic book film. Joaquin Phoenix has been interested in a character study film based around a comic book character, and Phoenix is known for immersing himself in his roles and being a very intense actor, but not so much a method actor like Jared Leto or Daniel Day-Lewis. But Phoenix does throw himself into his roles and truly does study every role he plays and tries to understand the character he is portraying, something which is perfect for the role of Joker due to the many complexities which go along with the character. The Joker as a character is basically the anti-Batman. He is the polar opposite, and Batman is so key to the makeup of the Joker. And we will now see a film which does not have the Batman as the protagonist alongside the Joker antagonist. Similarities can be drawn with the recent Venom film, which of course had a notable absentee to the Venom mythos being no Spider-Man. Now, whilst in my opinion the absence of Spider-Man seriously affects the character of Venom, I think the absence of Batman does not affect the Joker in the same way. Unlike Venom, the Joker is not as one-dimensional. The Joker has such a plethora of solo stories which work without Batman. The Joker might be one of the most complex comic book characters ever, working perfectly as a character study and seeing what makes the Joker tick. Of course, the origin story, The Killing Joke, presented to readers in 1989, had Batman throughout, but take Batman out of it and replace him with, say, Commissioner Gordon. The story in a sense still works. The Joker doesn't swear vengeance on Batman when he becomes the Joker. He merely embodies everything anti-Batman, which still works with Commissioner Gordon as the reason why the Joker becomes the Joker. Commissioner Gordon shares the same beliefs as the Batman, so having him there when he becomes the Joker makes no difference to whether Batman is there. Studying the character of the Joker for me is fascinating. The Joker has so many layers to him. No film has really looked deeper into the character except that he is a lunatic hell-bent on anarchy. The Dark Knight did a fantastic job with the Joker, but for me doesn't look particularly deep into the character, which is not a critique. Heath Ledger's portrayal is still the greatest of the Joker to date, but it is time to move away from the Heath Ledger interpretation, and a character study could be perfect for the Joker. I have always wanted to understand what makes the Joker tick and understand more of his descent into madness. The Killing Joke appears to be what this film will be adapted from, or at least take ideas from, with Joaquin Phoenix already confirming his version of the Joker will be a failed comedian who turns to a life of crime, which is the precise plot to The Killing Joke. This is such a fantastic way to show dimensions to the Joker, trying to get the audience to feel some sympathy for him and understand he struggled more. However, the audience should, by the end of this film, not feel sympathetic for the character, seeing the things he has done on screen and how brutal and unforgiving he has become. This should be a similar character development as Walter White in Breaking Bad. By the end of Breaking Bad, you hate Walter White, but you feel some sympathy for him, knowing where he came from and started, although you know you shouldn't feel any sympathy for the character. The Joker does simply work as a standalone character. A psychopathic, merciless killer is not an unheard of character and doesn't need Batman to make the character. I think we might see the Joker become a somewhat mob boss in this film, taking out various crime syndicates and begin to overtake their territories. A fairly similar story to Heath Ledger's Joker, which I think would be so cool to see. A man who is completely mentally unstable, running organised crime, knowing at all times what he is capable of, showing what he started as and what he became. For me, is pretty awesome. Hopefully Joaquin Phoenix's interpretation of the Joker will show his character delve into madness, showing where he began and as he goes through the plot, losing his sanity and showing what people are actually capable of when pushed to that limit.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It has to.
But DC are in a rut. Their last film, Justice League, completely failed. It was an uninspiring piece of cinema which has become easily forgettable. I think DC realised what they need to take is risks. Making safe films is not their strength, and they cannot emulate Marvel, as audience will see right through that. Setting a film in a multiverse is a fantastic idea. They've beaten Marvel to the punch with this idea, and I for one always wanted to see multiverse films. I think it's cool to see alternate timelines, something based around a what if scenario, which I think Marvel should take with Old Man Hawkeye, but that's a different video. DC are now looking to take some more risks and are banking on one of their most iconic characters to do the business for them and get their cinematic universe back on track. And by having a Joker solo film, it creates fantastic fan buzz and gets audiences asking questions about what the film is about, and everyone loves the Joker as a character. And to now see him center stage, this becomes incredibly interesting. The Jared Leto Joker was a Heath Ledger's Joker was a fantastic portrayal, and I think it is a great jumping off point for many audiences to understand who the Joker is, and hopefully the Joker solo film with Joaquin Phoenix will show how he got to the point he's at and definitely build on the mythos that has been presented to general audiences. The Joker will be directed by Todd Phillips of Hangover fame and surprisingly produced by Bradley Cooper of Hangover fame. I don't know if Todd Phillips is up to this directing job. He's definitely no Christopher Nolan or Tim Burton, and I'm not sure if he'll know how to embody the chaos the Joker represents, but you never know, and I hope we are surprised by his directing ability. The look of the Joker has received a lot of backlash. Fans have complained that it's not comic accurate and looks kind of silly. I for one completely disagree with these opinions. I think this look of the Joker could be the greatest yet. Joaquin Phoenix looks completely menacing as the Joker, and the look is highly unsettling. It truly looks like a man descending into madness has designed his own clown makeup. The footage released also shows the makeup does look good and works on screen whilst in movement. The Joker is just such a big character in the comic book world. He's probably up there in the top 5 characters. Everyone knows who the Joker is, and due to his many run-ins with different superheroes and supervillains, he definitely works as a character in his own film. Venom doesn't, because Venom is so tied to Spider-Man. Venom's actions usually hinge on something Spider-Man has done, and he doesn't have much personality when compared to the Joker, whose actions hinge on whatever he really feels like doing. There's so much the Joker can get up to that actually having the Batman about doesn't really affect who the Joker is, and you can just have characters like Commissioner Gordon or just a normal police character try and take down the Joker. I understand he embodies everything that Batman isn't, but people share the same beliefs as Batman, so the Joker can work on his own. He doesn't always need Batman about, unlike Venom who needs Spider-Man. But those are my thoughts on the Joker solo film. A lot of people have been saying that this film might not work and it's kind of confusing that it's set in a multiverse, but I think this will work as the strengths to the film, something set away from the DCEU that can be not tied to what's happening in the universe and can be very creative in its own right. It's not tethered to what is actually happening in the DCEU, and Todd Phillips can just make whatever film he thinks will suit the Joker. But those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for watching.